comprehensive expo, this one. It was 73 countries and regions, international organisations, over 2,500 enterprises that are exhibiting. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of this particular expo?
No, that's right, Sally. I think, of course, a lot of global attention is focused on Tianjin, but what's happening at the Kunming Expo is also very, very important, and I think worthy of attention by investors, business people, and policymakers all around the world. And I think there's a couple of aspects to this. So I think, first of all, this demonstrates China's ability to integrate a number of global objectives, national objectives, and provincial objectives through integrating policy and commercial activity, as we just heard with a number of the statistics you just cited. But I think what's vital to point out here is that this is such an important part of the world in terms of population. Of course, two of the countries with the largest populations in the world are encompassed under this Kunming Expo umbrella. And there's a number of advances. I think it's not just what we think of as this traditional bazaar type activity of commodities, coffee, tea, et cetera, while very important. But also we're seeing, I think, something like 70% of the expo is devoted to things that are high technology, advanced manufacturing. You mentioned digital logistics, photovoltaics, et cetera. And again, I think this is creating a platform for sustainable growth in an economic sense as well as an environmental sense. And in this sense, again, is very, very important.
So would you say the expo boosts cooperation among these regional stakeholders?
It absolutely does. I mean, so we see, of course, the very thoughtful selection of Thailand and Sri Lanka for very visible roles here. And I think this is important, one, to demonstrate confidence in Sri Lanka post-debt restructuring. I think Thailand, of course, is very important with the pending railway link to Bangkok from Kunming, showing that participation in the Belt and Road really delivers tangible trade benefits layered on top of physical infrastructure. I think it's also very important to point out that the presence of both India and Pakistan, which we all know are facing some difficulties, but the fact that they both can participate in an event like the Kunming Forum, I think demonstrates the inclusiveness of China's approach and vision, but also the pragmatism that prevails when we do find common interests to work together, and hopefully then can be a foundation for resolving other types of difficulties. So again, very, very important. I think the Kunming Expo is a very important example of China's way of providing global governance with policy as the engine, not as an afterthought, and then how this uplifts small and medium-sized businesses, brings countries together, and promotes greater regional cooperation.
Right. And strengthening economic and trade cooperation between China and South Asia is significant for regional development. And given there's so much geopolitical turbulence, does this expo kind of inject a sort of certainty across the region?
It absolutely does, Sally. And I think that certainty, stability, predictability are vital for investors, for business people, and for government planners as well. So again, I think this is China quietly providing the foundation as well as the ecosystem that brings together long-range policy planning, implementation at the ministry and the provincial level, while bringing together businesses from throughout the region to co-create simultaneously, driving policy, driving standards, of course, signing business deals as well in a way that I think is accelerating technological diffusion. And here I think we can define diffusion a little bit more broadly, not just to discrete technologies like artificial intelligence, but governance technology as well, which is much less visible, but very, very important as well.
All right, Andy, Mark, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Sally.